Hello everyone and welcome to The Aisle Between, where wedding vendors and engaged couples meet in the middle. This is the podcast where real DFW wedding professionals answer questions brides like you are actually asking and help you plan your wedding day with confidence. My name is Mariah Andrews and I'll be your host. I am a DFW wedding photographer. So today we are going to be talking about some questions you need to be asking your photographer before you hire them, okay? So today are the top 10 questions you need to ask your wedding photographer before booking with them, okay? You ready? There's some good questions, and they're questions you need answers to. So get your notepads ready. This is a good one. All right, question number 1. Have you photographed weddings similar to mine? This doesn't mean it has to be at the same place, but that's always a win. So if you could say, hey, can you show me wedding examples of, for example, if you're getting married at Barnett Estates, can you show me some examples at Barnett Estates? Or if you're getting married at an outdoor ceremony, can you show me some outdoor ceremony pictures that you've taken? So then people can see, oh, okay, you could do it similar to what I'm hoping for, or you can see, oh, that's not really what I'm looking for. She doesn't do the best outside pictures. She does better inside, or vice versa, whatever. You need to be able to look at their pictures and you need to be able to see what you're going for in that set of pictures. So ask for examples of something similar to yours, which also means you need to know what yours is looking like. So maybe have that plan first and then meet your photographer. Okay. Number 2, can I see a full wedding gallery? I cannot stress how important this is. If you don't hear any other questions, this is your biggest question to remember to ask your photographer. Can I see a full wedding gallery? If they cannot provide you with the full wedding gallery, they are not your photographer, because that means that they are either newer, they're a scammer, or they're not providing what they're actually promising. Okay? A wedding photographer who knows what they're doing and is someone worth your time and your money will provide you with full wedding galleries, and more than one, okay? So kind of mix those two questions if you want to. Make it, hey, can you show me a full wedding gallery at my venue? Can you show me a full wedding gallery, one that includes some indoor, having an indoor ceremony or having a backlit ceremony or whatever, something that maybe is unique to yours so that you can see how it turns out. Because there's some venues like the Barnett Paradise Place, in their little chapel has those big backlit windows. For newer photographers, those things are hard to photograph. Unless you're shooting an auto, then it kind of does it itself. But backlit lighting sometimes is hard to capture just correctly without blowing things out, or without making things too dark, and then you have all kinds of other issues. So ask for examples of things that you want to see. Okay, you need a full wedding gallery to know that your person's a real person and they know what they're doing. Okay. All right, question number 3. What happens if you get sick or you have an emergency? Your wedding photographer should have a backup plan. Every vendor should have a backup plan, okay? Whatever that looks like, whether it is something more on the, well, if I'm sick, if I'm fine, I'll be there, whatever. Or if it's, okay, if I'm not here, then this person will be here to meet with you. And then if this person's not here, then it'll be this person. Like they have a backup plan in that order. That would be what it'd be for me. So if I'm unavailable for a day, I have multiple other shooters that I would send that I know and that I trust that would be there. Okay? If they cannot provide you with a list of names and would just be like, yeah, there would be somebody else there, I'd be leery. Okay? Because sometimes there's a lot of photographers right now that are hiring associate shooters, which means that they are booking weddings that they don't intend on actually being at. So then they post in wedding groups and they're like, hey, I need an associate shooter for this day and this time, which means they could be getting who knows what and not getting the quality that you're actually looking for and that you're paying for. So you need them to have a backup plan of someone that is actually, someone they know, someone that they trust. I have multiple people I can give you. I would send Stacy, I would send Kendall, I would send, I'd come up with some other people, but people I know and trust. Caitlin, people I know and I trust that can perform in the expertise that I asked for and know what they're doing and are not a first-time person trying out weddings, which can happen. So make sure they have a good backup plan. Along with that, they need to know what a backup plan would be for like their gear too. And that kind of ties into the next question of how are my photos backed up? If a wedding photographer should have 2 cameras. Doesn't mean they have to have them on them. I have 2 cameras, but my second body normally stays in my bag because I don't need it, especially because my camera is newer. But you need to have 2 bodies in case your first one doesn't work. You also need to have multiple lenses in case your other lens stops working. You need a backup plan of, okay, this stopped working, this stopped doing it, so now I have this, I can use this, I have da-da-da. I carry multiple SD cards in case whenever something corrupts. I have multiple lenses, I have multiple camera bodies, I have multiple flashes, I carry multiple batteries so that nothing dies. You need to have a backup plan so that you are ready to go in case anything were to go wrong. If they cannot provide you with their backup plan, you need to find somebody who can, because your wedding day is not a good day for them to say, hey, I don't know what to do. My camera stopped working so I could take pictures on my iPhone. You don't want that. Don't let them do that to you. Okay. Also, how are my photos backed up? It's also a great question. Personally, I have 2 slots in my camera. So that means that the first one is taking pictures, but the second one is also putting pictures on it as well. So you're getting double pictures on each SD card. So if something happens to this one's still working. Both SD cards are now working. You have pictures on both of these. Then I will upload them to Lightroom, so they're in Lightroom, plus they stay on here until I'm done. Then when I'm done, download them and I put it into a disk. And that thing is like a 2 terabyte. It's got lots of space on it. So I put all of them in there. So it is backed up in multiple spaces, and then it'll also be on your online gallery. So places, it's more than just, I have one, oh no, my card stopped working. Cool, now what? They need a backup plan. They need to have your photos backed up in different spaces, okay? Next one, how do you handle wedding day timelines? So, personally, I send you a timeline help guide. Well, I send my brides a timeline help guide. Then you can create your own timeline based off of what's important to you, because it goes through and it finds those important pieces. If you have a coordinator, your coordinator will also help you do that as well. So you can work with your coordinator to create your timeline. You can go through it on your own, whatever you want to do. And then I'm here to help you make it work actually, because you've never planned a wedding. You don't know what you're doing. That's okay. That's what I'm here for, is to help, or that's what your coordinator is here for. We're here to help with those pieces, okay? So reach out, get some help. But I'm ultimately gonna go with what you want. So if you want to do the reception first, cool, let's have a party first, and then let's go get married. It's your wedding day, whatever you wanna do, okay? We'll make things happen to your idea, your timeline. It's your thing, let's make it work. And that's how a photographer should be, is going off of your timeline. They can give advice, they can give critiques, but ultimately they need to go along with what you want, because it's your wedding day, okay? All right, question number 5. This is a biggie. Do you carry insurance? If a photographer does not carry insurance, I'm gonna have to advise you to go find a different photographer, okay? All kinds of things can happen. If something breaks, if they break something. For example, I read this story about a hair and makeup artist who actually put a wedding dress on a sprinkler. Great idea. Don't do that. They put it on top of a sprinkler, set off all of the sprinklers in the building. That did thousands of dollars worth of damage. Also, like to people's gear and stuff like that, and to the florals and everything that was already set up. And then the venue also got fined because, fire department had to come out. The insurance covers it. They don't have insurance. That venue's coming for you first to get it fixed. So make sure that your vendors have what they need to make things work. They need backup plans. They need insurance. Okay? All right. Number 7. What's included in your packages? These things are also very important. because not every photographer is the same. Just because photographer ABC offers 2 hours for $500, and then you also get a wedding album, and you also get this and you get that, does not mean photographer XYZ is going to offer that as well, because it's based off of your experience, and it also depends on what you want in it. So for me, I have packages that offer just a photographer. I have packages that offer 2 photographers. I have a package that offers a videographer. I have that. But another photographer, just because their pricing might be the same, doesn't mean they offer another videographer, or doesn't mean they offer another photographer. Also timing. Every photographer has a set of time that they'll be there. So like mine is set by hours, so 8 hours and 10 hours. Other photographers might go hourly. Other photographers might go half day, full day, whatever, and that is looking like whatever timing they want it to be. So you need to figure out what's included in their packages to make sure you're actually getting what you're looking for and what you're wanting, okay? Then we have, how would you describe your shooting style? This is a big one, and we're actually gonna do a whole more in-depth episode about the different styles, because you're not gonna be able to find a photographer you like if you don't know what the different styles are, okay? So we'll go into all that later. I'm not gonna go huge into it here because, it'll be there. Figure out the style you want, and then you need to figure out what style they are, and then also check their work. Because even some photographers don't fully know what the right styles are. They might call their work true to color, but instead it falls more into the moody, or they might call their work editorial, but instead it's documentary. I know, lots of high buzz photography words that maybe you don't know what they mean, and that's okay. That's what the other episode will be. But you figure out what you like, figure out what they say they are, and then also look at their actual work and make sure it matches what they're saying, and make sure it's something you like, because if you don't like their style, don't book them. They're not going to change their style just for you, okay? Okay, number 9, what do you need from me before the wedding? This is important. You need to communicate with your photographer, because especially if you don't have a coordinator, your photographer is the person you are going to spend the most of your day with. From beginning to end, your photographer is going to be with you. Like literally, I barely leave my couples alone. Like I'm not like all creepy and all up in the business, but I'll be at a distance and I'm watching them and I'm keeping up with them, making sure they don't need anything, whatever. I spend the most of the time with or near my couple. So figure out what you need to give them. If that's a timeline, you need to give them a timeline. You need to give them a shot list. That's also important. We will go over that too, don't worry. If you need to give them you need to give them contact information of other people, like whether that be a coordinator or a venue owner or maid of honor, groomsmen, whatever. These are different things that you need to figure out what they need from you, and they should be able to tell you. It shouldn't be I'm good, I don't need anything, thanks. No. They need things from you in order to make your day as easy, as stress-free, and as beautiful as possible. So get them a list of things. And lastly, do we actually like each other? That's a biggie. I take my couples out to coffee because I want to make sure that we jive, that we like each other, that we get along. Because, like I said, we spend the most time together out of anybody else on their wedding day. So if we don't jive, if our personalities clash, if I'm too much, or if they don't like that I'm a little sarcastic, because I can't help it, it just happens, then we're not going to be a good fit, and they're just going to be annoyed by me being there all day long. So having someone that you know you actually like, that you actually enjoy spending time with, that you actually get along with is super duper important. Okay? Quick recap of the questions so that if you missed any of those, you can write them down right here. They will also be in the show notes. So, number 1, have you photographed weddings similar to mine? Number 2, can I see a full wedding gallery? Super important. If you missed anything else, like put a star next to that one. What happens, number 3, what happens if you get sick or have an emergency? Number 4, how do you handle your wedding day timelines? Number 5, do you carry insurance? Also very important. Gonna leave that there. Number 6, how are my photos backed up? Number 7, what's included in your packages? Also a big one, so put a star next to that one too. All of these are very important, but those are your 2 big ones, gallery and packages, okay? Number 8, how would you describe your shooting style? Number 9, what do you need from me before the wedding? Because they should not be asking you questions the day of. Number 10, do we actually like each other? Okay? Those are some of the top 10 questions you need to be asking your wedding photographer before booking with them. All right, I hope you guys learned a lot. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. You can message me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want. Reach out, send me an email, whatever you want to do. I'd love to answer your questions, or maybe even make a podcast episode about some questions that you have. So definitely reach out. If not, I'll see you guys next week.